Often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network this fine evening as we continue our journey with the Extreme Motorsports 99. Tonight we are at Texas Motor Speedway for the Rocket Chassis 142 for round 6 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co with Jason Allison. I am your commentator Sean Zulu, and I am joined by my good friend and producer Dave Everly. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing, Sean?
I am doing good too, thank you. Well, Dave, after seeing an amazing race last week at Dover with a lot of drivers who were claimed by the track, I am excited to see exactly what these drivers have in store for us. But start off by telling us about tonight's race, please.
Well, taking a look here, we are at Texas. It's a 1.5 mile oval here in Fort Worth. Taking a look at tonight's weather, we have 78 degrees, track temperature of 85 degrees, partly cloudy, with the wind north at 2 miles an hour.
And the drivers do have a 50% fuel limit. That is 50% for 142 laps. So that gives us at least 2 to 3 pit stops required in order for the drivers to be successful here tonight. And just a little bit of recap from last week's race. for the Lucas Oil 200 at Dover. We did have Garrett Robinson bring it home for his first win of the season. Caleb Daniels finishing second for his second race of the season. 81, Travis Pryor third. Brandon Slow fourth. Ralph Vanderforst fifth. Tommy Amasi sixth. For Cody McFadden seventh. Christopher Smith eighth. David White ninth. And Hunter McDaniel did round up the top 10. And moving on to our current season standings, we do have Cody McFadden still in the lead. Garrett Robinson now in second from third last week to second this week. Hunter McDaniel, Ralph Vanderforst, both drivers tied for third. Damian Crump going from third down to fourth. Travis Pryor from eighth up into the top five. Marty Ray and Gary Woobot both tied for the sixth place position in points. Tommy Amasi going from 10th place to 7th. 34 of David Schneer from 7th to 8th. Adam Eisenhower and James Peterson both tied for the 9th place spot in points. And the 19 of Andy Starcher new to the top 10 and rounding up the 10th place position here in points. So these points are very, very close. We have a lot of drivers tied here in all positions, not only for the top 3, but even further down the list, top 6. Top 9 for top 10, we have a lot. Even further down the list, top 20, top 15, 30, and so on and so forth. So we should expect to see a lot of drivers fighting to try and break those ties here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. And they've had a track like this after coming from a track like Dover last week. It did discourage a lot of racing. It encouraged a lot of single file driving. But here tonight, it's going to be a different story, Dave. We're going to be seeing some 2 wide, 3 wide, and if we're lucky enough, 4 wide.
Yeah, most definitely. This is a fast mile-and-a-half track here at Texas Motor Speedway. We are going to see some flying. We are going to see some guys diving down underneath cars, trying to make the pass in the corners. We are going to see some high speeds on the straight stretches. Just overall, should be some great racing out here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Which this reminds me of the time we raced at Kansas. It was the exact same situation. The driver just pretty much riding single file, forced to ride single file all race long due to High Line being the place to be. And then the week after that, we did go to Charlotte, and it did really bring the competition out of these guys. They were able to do the things they couldn't do at Kansas Speedway. But right now, going back to the race, we have the 65 of Marty Ray on the pole here tonight. And Waylon Williams right behind him, second, and further down the list here, the last driver to qualify, the 97 of Garrett Robinson once again, who got his first win last week at Dover International Speedway. And looking in the chat here, we do have some viewers in the chat. Thank you for watching, guys. Timothy Petito, usual suspect, Pat T, George Gibbs Jr., and let's see who else up this list. Haverek, I apologize if I mispronounced the name. Let's see who else. That's pretty much it for now in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching once again. If you are out there, let us know you are out there, you are alive. And I already see some great racing here tonight for the Rocket Chassis 142, part of round 6 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-Am Series, brought to you by iRacing, Broadcast Overlay, and Graphics iBog, ibog.co, where we have advanced into the gridding mode, so we'll give them a few seconds before we go down the list. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we do have 65 Marty Ray on tonight's pole. The 8 of Waylon Williams right beside him second. The 66 of Ralph Vanderforst third. Travis Pryor fourth. Christopher Clanton starting fifth here tonight. David White sixth. Damian Crump seventh. The 1 of Christopher Clanton eighth. Adam Eisenhower ninth. And Hunter McDaniel currently rounding up that top 10. Cody McFadden here tonight will be starting in 11th place. Michael Snow 12th. The 40 of Joshua Gillen 13th, Jason Eisenhower 14th, David Schneer 15th. We have the 10 of Caleb Daniels 16th, the 03 of Don Kidder Jr. have missed Don Kidder. He did miss not last race, but the one before that, starting 17th. Timothy McBrayer 18th, the 19 of Andy Starcher 19th, and the 88 of Brandon Slow currently rounding up that top 20. Further down this list, 41 Dennis St. Germain starting in the 21st place position. 05 of Tommy Amasi 22nd. The 18 of Rick Mason 23rd. The 5 of Gary Woolbot 24th. And the last driver to qualify here tonight, the 97 of Garrett Robinson in the 25th place spot. And that will round up our field here tonight with 25 drivers starting tonight's race. And Dave, I see a new driver here. A new driver to qualifying here up front is 59 of David White. David White usually likes to start in the back of the pack, Dave, to try and avoid trouble early on, and then tries to charge towards the front in the later stages. But tonight, he is trying something different.
Yeah, most definitely. As we are here at Texas, these cars are now moving, going around the track, ready to go. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight. Can't wait. I'm so excited. We are going to have a blast here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. A blast we will have here indeed. And the drivers right now getting bunched up nice and tight. Mr. High side, Ralph van der Forst here starting on the inside line behind 65 of Marty Ray here in the 8 of Waylon Williams right now, trying to tighten it up as well, warming up those tires, warming up that engine, ready to go green for the first time for 142 laps. 142 here with a 50% fuel limit. 2 to 3 green flag pit stops needing to take place in order for the drivers to be successful here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway for the Rocket Chassis 142. We are exiting turn 4 this time by going green. The pace car dips off the green flag, flies immediately. Oh, put it down to floor 48. Oh, it looks like we have some contact in the back there, but they were able to sort it out. Christopher Smith behind Ralph van der Forst there, but they are spread out. 81, Travis Pratt trying to push on the 8 of Williams before they lose spots here. Entering turn 1, 81, Travis Pratt does drop down the inside, dumping the 8 of Williams. Good start by the drivers here. The 66 of Ralph van der Forst here trying to overtake the 8 of Williams, but Williams putting on a hard fight on the outside line, trying to maintain his second place spot. But Ralph van der Forst does have the preferred race line here on the front, so he just might have him. Nope. The 8 of Williams propels a big nose and clears him here, entering turn 1. Oh, the caution flies on lap 2. Let's see who might have been involved in that. We'll back it up and catch it on replay.
It looks like it is going to involve the 59 machine of David White here, as we are going to pull up the Dre Broadcasting replay. Take a look back and see if we can see exactly what. Oh, the 59 of David White got into the wall and look right behind him. I think that is the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Had nowhere to go. Got caught up in that as well.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of Adam Eisenhower, he did take some serious flight here tonight. During that wreck, he was on his lid and flipping in every direction possible. And the good thing is the drivers, ladies and gentlemen, do have 2 backup cars, 2 resets, so they will be able to get some brand new machines and stay in it to win it. And we have lost 1 driver already, the 19 of Andy Starcher. Andy Starcher here having an early night tonight after qualifying in the 19th place position. But I definitely do look forward to seeing him in the next race at Auto Club Speedway. But going back up front, we are being led by Marty Ray, Waylon Williams being shown 2nd, Ralph van der Forst 3rd, Travis Pryor 4th, and Christopher Smith in the 5th place spot. And David's way too early, so more than half the field here tonight. I mean, so far is going to be staying out because it's not going to be the pit stops are not going to take into effect just yet.
Yeah, there's really no point in giving up the track position to come down on pit road just yet. So, as you said, most of these drivers are going to be staying out here as we are under our first caution of the night here. Lap 4 of 142 here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Let's see, I'm scanning the field right now to try and trying to find some significant moves or some heavy movers this far. We do have the, let's see, the 4 of Michael Snow going from 12th place to currently in the 8th place spot. That 10 of Caleb Daniels from 16th place to the top 10 in the 9th place position. And we have Jason Eisenhower as well from the 14th place spot to 11th. Timothy McBrayer from 18th to 12th. And Brandon Slaw from 20th to 13th.
Yeah, most definitely here is we should be getting the 1 to green here next time by. Hopefully get back in the green flag racing. So I'm looking for a long green flag run here from these guys. They are going to get settled in here at Texas Motor Speedway. And hopefully we'll see some green flag pit stops and some pit strategy here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Just like we saw last week at Dover International for Lucas Oil 200. It was a rough start. The drivers were getting used to the track and getting used to how the cars were handling on the racing surface. But once the drivers were used to it, we did have some long green flag runs, more than past the halfway mark. So it most likely will be the exact same here tonight. The drivers getting used to these machines, just seeing how far they can go before they cross the line. Or by the line, I mean the limit of how far the drivers can push these machines. And we have one driver who just beat the pace car off pit road here. It was the 03 of Don Kidder. Don Kidder being shown 22nd place here, trying to catch the back of the pack behind the 34 of David Schneer. We have some drivers trying to save some gas as we speak. The 12 of Damian Crump being one of the drivers here, saving gas. And also behind him, the 4 of Michael Snow. And through the field, the 25 of Timothy McBrayer with a very, very colorful paint scheme. Looking at the chat there, Pat T, not very familiar with this track, so looking forward to it. Absolutely, Pat. This is a very, very fast track. It does bring out a lot of competition from the drivers, so it should be an amazing race, an amazing battlefield action race, or action-packed race, indeed.
Well, as we do start to cross the finish line here, the pace car does shut its lights off. We are getting ready to go back green flag racing here at Texas Motor Speedway.
By looks of it, the lineup is the exact same as the first start that we had. Waylon Williams ahead of the 81 of Travis Pryor on the outside line, and on the inside is Ralph Vanderforst behind Marty Ray, the leader, and beside them or behind them we do have Christopher Smith and Damian Crump, who will be starting side by side. The drivers getting bunched up nice and tight, going green for the second time, this time by here for 137 laps, or 136 once we cross the start-finish line. Well, Dave, do the honors.
Well, as the pace car now brings them here through turn number 4. Exiting turn 4 as we are getting ready to go green flag racing. They are just waiting on the pace car to dip off. Pace car is now off. Marty Ray wastes no time getting hard on that throttle, catching the 8 of Waylon Williams. But I tell you what, the 81 of Travis Pryor right there was the 66 of Ralph Vandervorst on the inside, as they are too wide here coming into turn number 1.
And Dave, we are under caution, so we're going to see who might have been involved in that. Looks like it's a bad restart. The 34 of David Schneider was in the grass. 40 of Joshua Gillen. Heavy damage on the machine. Let's see if we can focus on the replay. Let's focus on the 40 of Joshua Gillen.
Well, as we pull up the Dre Broadcasting replay, we are going to take a look back here, take a look at this restart, as it looks like there's a little bit of a gap there, maybe a little bit of a checkup. Yep, looks like a little bit of a check. Oh, he just touched that grass, came up into the 1, and ooh, just caused that. Yeah, that right there, Sean, is all from getting in the grass, causing those tires to spin and lose control of the machine.
Oh, absolutely. Very unfortunate indeed for all drivers involved in that. The 40 of Joshua Gillen will did get the worst end of that deal, but he will be able to make it back down to pit road to get his backup car, also known as a reset, so he can be able to get a brand new one and stay competitive here until the very end of tonight's race. And now this gives the drivers 8 laps on their tires. And I believe that will give them about 3 laps of green flag run on the tires. So most of them still will be trying to stay out of that track position. And the drivers having 85 degree Fahrenheit track temp. That's not too bad, so it should work in their favor. But as we speak, we still have 6'5" Marty Ray in the lead, 8 Waylon Williams second place, Ralph Vanderforst third, Travis Pryor fourth, and the 12 of Damian Crump in the 5th place spot.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know if these guys are going to come down onto pit road. It's still only 9 laps here on their tires. So I have a feeling most of them are going to stay out. We may see some come down. try a little pit strategy, get on some fresh tires, and see what they can do here. Looks like right now the 59 of David White is getting the lucky dog. He is going to be waved around. That is going to put him back down one lap. Still down one lap there from the previous incident. And with the 05 of Tommy Amassi now being the last on the lead lap.
And so far, Dave, the last lap, we did have some drivers down pit road. Only 4 of the 25 drivers who started tonight's race, namely Tommy Amassi, Christopher Clanton, Joshua Gillen, and Garrett Robinson. So those drivers did decide to pit. I think they were in the back of the pack, so they did have nothing to lose anyways. Looking at 97 of Garrett Robinson. Garrett here is currently in the 23rd place spot. Going down pit road one more time here. Looks like he's just trying to be safe, get more tires here, or a little bit of a splash of gas so he can top it up all the way before we go green again. And the lights on the pace car are still on, so this does give us some time for a race interview. So let's focus on the 65 of Marty Ray.
What's that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by the 65 of Marty Ray up here in the Dre Broadcasting booth. Get a cup there, Marty.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right. If we can get this thing going green.
10-4. Well, Marty, tonight you did take the pole here and have led every single lap ever since. Well, how's the car feeling tonight, buddy? How was it feeling in practice?
It's feeling really good. It got a little bit slippery during practice, but things are starting to settle out here. So hopefully we get some green laps.
Oh, copy that. And Marty here tonight, once again, like I talked about, you have qualified on the pole. With that said, I'm sure that was, I know that was not luck on your part. With that said, do you think you have what it takes to bring this thing home?
Yeah, I think a lot of patience is what it's going to take. Trying to get it all done in the first, 25 laps is not going to get it done. So I think patience and just keeping an eye on everybody will get it done.
Oh, copy that, Marty. And Marty, is there anybody we should look forward to seeing you with up front here tonight?
I'm sorry, who? What was that again? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying, is there anybody we should expect to see you up front with tonight?
Yeah, I think Waylon's going to be up here with us, and Ralph. Both those guys are really quick, so it's definitely going to be a good battle.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. Well, we look forward to seeing you here tonight in victory lane, and good luck, buddy. You're doing good so far, and make us proud.
Thanks, Sean. Have a good one.
And that was our current race leader in the post hitter, the 65 of Marty Ray here, who did take the pole and had a very fast time in practice as well, and has an amazing fast machine here tonight for the Rocket Chassis 142, and the lights on the pace car do turn off. We are finally back 1 to green. It looks like we have the exact same lineup. Yes, we do. We have Ralph Vanderforst behind Marty Ray. On the outside is Waylon Williams and the 81 of Travis Pryor on his rear end. But we have had a change behind them. It's between 48 of Christopher Smith and Damian Crump. Damian Crump was able to sneak up into the top 5, starting in the 7th place position. So we're going to be seeing a lot more drivers trying to make their way towards the front. There's 25 of Timothy McBrayer from 18th place, and now rounding up the top 10. And the 4 of Michael Snow still maintaining here the top 10, still maintaining the 8th place position after starting in the 12th place spot like I had talked about early on. But now we are 1 to green. The drivers warming up their tires and ready to go green this time. As we now enter turn number 4, the pace car will be ducking off. As soon as it ducks off, looks like the green flag does not take too long to fly after that. I believe before it hits the pit road, the green flag is already out. The pace car dips off. Marty Ray still holding pace speed. The green flag flies out, put it down the 8 on the outside. And Will Williams did get caught slipping quite a bit. 81 on Travis Pryor was the rescue. 60 Ralph Vanderforst gets tapped by the 48 of Christopher Smith. and Ralph will go from 3rd place to 5th place in 1 lap. 48 of Christopher Smith on the outside line, trying to get out to speed here on the exit of turn 2, but Ralph Vandervoort is going to occupy his inside line, lead a big nose on the exit of 2, but 48 of Smith was spun out by turn 2, which gave him a slingshot, but he was cleared by the 6 of Ralph Vandervoort entering turn 3, and round now of the 48 of Christopher Smith trying to set up 66 of Vandervoort.
Yeah, and right behind him, there's the 12 Damian Crump and Hunter McDaniel. They are just kind of riding here. And Caleb Daniels there, as he is getting to the back bumper of Hunter McDaniel. He is going to look to the inside here off of turn number 2, as they are going to be side by side. I tell you what, there is action all over the track, as we are seeing cars 2 wide all over the track here on lap 14 of 142.
And Dave, the 12 of Crump did take the 48 of Christopher Smith, and the 66 of Ralph Vandervoort 3 wide. They were able to make it work, and 48 of Chris Smith was getting pushy tight, so he had to back off to avoid causing trouble, which did cost him a little bit of time, but he still has his machine, and Ralph Vandervoort did benefit from that because he was able to get around both drivers and maintain his 4th place spot, and he's going back up to the outside line like he usually does in every single race to try and make it to work.
Well, just a little further there, you see the 81 of Travis Pryor getting up into 2nd, but he has got the 8 of Waylon Williams all behind him, as they are just riding right there behind the 65 of Marty Ray, who has led every lap so far here tonight. But I tell you what, that's probably going to change the question. I'll tell you one other thing here, tire wear is going to play a factor here tonight.
Oh yeah, tire wear is a very tire wear at this track is very big. Even worse than last week's track Dover, but it's very difficult to tell. But yep, tire wear at this track is something that really gets a lot of drivers. So 4 tires will be the way to go. In 48 of Christopher Smith makes a mistake on the exit of 2, and the 10 of Caleb Dennis is going to benefit from his mistake here, entering turn 3. And for the back in the pack, the 4 of Michael Snow right now having a Sunday drive, watching a battle between the 25 of Timothy McBrayer and the 36 of Jason Eisen, who are riding single file, and watching a battle in front of them between the 48 of Christopher Smith and the 10 of Caleb Daniels.
Yeah, as we said here, these guys are putting, there goes the 48. He is going to get around the 10 of Caleb Daniels. Caleb Daniels is going to drop back into the 8th. Christopher Smith is going to jump up into the 7th. Meanwhile, Damian Crump there looking to take advantage here. We almost 3 wide there. It's the 57 of Hunter McDaniel is looking to the inside of the 66 of Ralph Vandervoort.
For the back in the pack, Dave, we do have the 41 of Dennis St. Germain on the outside line, getting freight trained by everybody. Right now, he is trying to get to the back of the pack, trying to get away from everybody, just so he can have his Sunday drive, get used to the machine, get used to the track, and then pounce later on down the road. He does have the 34 of David Schneer. David Schneer with a little bit of a rear end dent in the back end of that machine, but still going nice and strong behind the 03 of Don Kidder. Don Kidder making some moves as we speak on the inside of the 5 of Gary Woolbot. He makes a pass successfully, entering turn 1. And last time we checked on Don Kidder, he was in the 23rd place position, and he's now being shown in the 16th place spot. And up in front, who do have a battle going, it's going to be between the 36 of Eisenhower and the 88 of Brandon Slow, but they do go back single file here with Jason behind Brandon. And now these guys just trying to take their time, trying to get used to the machines once again. These are different beasts compared to the trucks or the A cars or the B cars, so they do these things do handle way differently, and it could be disastrous if one doesn't know what they're doing. And for the back in the pack, the 05 of Tommy Amasi here behind the 97 of Garrett Robinson. Garrett Robinson is usually a driver who likes to just battle all race long, but here tonight he is for the back in the pack, trying to catch it to a lot of drivers. His next opponents in the line here, Adam Eisenhower and Gary Woolbot.
Yeah, most definitely, but you got to remember here, the K&N Series here at Extreme Motorsports, this is your proving ground here for the Extreme Motorsports. So not only are these drivers battling for a championship in the K&N Series, but they are also trying to show their talents so that they could possibly move up into the trucks, the Xfinity, or even the Gen 6 Cup Series.
Oh, absolutely. And the good thing about this, some of these drivers, Dave, they are in both the Can-Am series and the Truck series. So this is going to be very, very good practice for them. Tomorrow night, the 59 of David White almost smacked the wall. He backed off of it, was able to stay off it. And Gary will benefit from that. He goes to his inside, gets around him. And that was for position number 19. So that bumps up Gary to the 19th place position. Absolutely, like I was saying, this is good practice for the drivers here who are involved in both the Truck Series and the Pro Can-Am Series, so they will have double the practice. '41, Dennis and Jermaine right now staying high, letting everybody by. Dennis has sustained some damage on the machine, but the machine is still going nice and strong here. The front end is beat up quite a bit, and he falls in line behind Gary Robinson. And Garrett so far is trying to get around his next victim in line for position, the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. And going back for the back up front, the 88 of Brandon Slow trying to set up the 25 of Timothy McBrayer for the 11th place spot. Looks like Timothy McBrayer is riding the outside line, trying to save some tires for the long run, but 88 of Brandon Slow trying to get as many spots as he can, riding the bottom lane to the outside line here. The Q line, the fastest way around the track for qualifying. And he did make the pass successful against Timothy McBrayer, and his next victim in line, the 10 of Caleb Daniels.
Yeah, most definitely here, lap 26. A lot of these drivers haven't pitted since the start of the race. Back up front, we are being led by the 65 of Marty Ray, but he has got the 81 of Travis Pryor right behind him. And about 8/10 behind him, we have the 7/10, we have the 57 of Hunter McDaniel as he was able to get around the 8 of Waylon Williams. And, of course, Ralph Vandervoorst rounding out your top 5.
And I'm not sure what happened, but the 48 of Christopher Smith has fallen back a lot from the last time we checked on him. Last time we were speaking of him, I believe he was in the top 5 actually, but now he's down there in the 9th place spot, and his car has sustained a little bit more damage than I remember. So that most likely is affecting the turning ability of the machine.
Yeah, most definitely. But looking here, these cars are dropping into about 175 mile an hour in these turns, then getting their cars back up into 180, 190 mile an hour on the freight stretches, then back on the brakes, getting slowed down for these turns. But here we are, lap 28 of 142. Not sure of the pit window, but I think within the next 10 to 15 laps, we may start seeing some green flag pit stop.
Yep, 10 to 15 laps does sound about right. And today we have a battle going on, the one of Chris Clanton making some moves on the 12 of Damian Crop. These drivers have been too wide. These two drivers have been too wide for the last 2 laps. And now let's see who has it. The one of Clanton pushes up high. 12 of Crump's going to force him down that track. And there will be neck and neck off the exit of 4. The 12 of Crump takes it away and clears him here for the start-finish line. And going back up front, the 65 of Marty Ray has lost the lead to the 81 of Travis Pryor, but they are still in each other's sights, about 0.1 seconds or 1/10 of a second behind each other, apart from each other. 59 of David White, 57, of Hunter McDaniel here in the 3rd place spot. Just got overtaken by the 8 of Waylon Williams.
As we see the 4 machine making its way off of pit road of Michael Snow, he has come in for a pit stop here on lap 31, so we are already starting to see some folks making their way down on pit road as he is getting back out of the track and up to speed.
Speaking of pit stops, Dave, we do have some more going on. We have some drivers on pit road: Caleb Daniels, Christopher Smith, and Dennis and Jermaine pitting in on laps number 30 and 31 on their tires here. So this most likely will influence a lot more drivers to follow their lead.
Yeah, as we were watching the front two, though, Travis Pryor, Marty Ray, still within striking distance, but they are staying out. Lap 32 coming to lap 33. Are they going to back it down, come down pit road? Taking a look here. No, they are not. They are going to continue out on the racetrack.
Yep, once these two leaders decide to pit in, everybody behind them just might follow the lead, because it usually happens that way in every single race. Once the leader pits in, it does influence everybody to do the exact same thing. But so far, we still have some lone cars going down pit road. Timothy McBrayer on pit road. Jason Eisenhower pitting in as we speak with 32 laps on his tires. Marty Ray backs it down, pitting in this time. 81 Travis Fry doing the exact same thing, going down pit road. This time by.
I tell you, it's hard getting down on pit road as the race leaders are on pit road, but that is going to hand the race lead over to the 8 of Waylon Williams with 34 laps. Looks like our top three right now all have about 34 laps on their tires, so they should be pitting here soon.
The 8 of Williams right now is backing it down and entering turn 4, pitting in as we speak, and will pass the race lead over to 66 of Ralph Vanderforce. Yep, Ralph is staying out to take over the race lead here on lap number 35. Great job by Ralph. And let's see Damian Crump being shown about 2 seconds behind him. Damian Crump has not yet pitted in. We have more drivers. Waylon Williams down pit road. Christopher Clanton on pit road. Don Kidder, Joshua Gillen pitting in as we speak.
Well, as they always said, it takes that first person to go down pit road, and then we will see the rest of them. I know Pat T was out there rooting for Travis Pryor. I did see that she had said that she had not checked out iRacing Broadcasting until now, so I'm glad that she has come on and definitely came out and checked out Dre Broadcasting and ExtremeMotorsports99.com.
Oh, absolutely. And we have more drivers pitting in as we speak. Dave, the 6 of Ralph Vanderforce has pitted in, and that passed over the race lead to the 12 of Damian Crump here. And let's see who else is in pit road. Rick Mason on pit road as well. This time by, looks like we only have about, 8 drivers left to pit in. Damian Crump, Gary Robinson, David Schneer, Tommy Amasi, Adam Eisenhower, Gary Wubot, Cody McFadden, and the 59 of David White at the 12 of Crump does pit in as we speak, and that passes the race over to the 97 of Gary Robinson.
Well, as we see the 97 of Garrett Robinson take over the lead, we saw the 65 machine of Marty Ray get around and get back on the lead lap. As you do go down a lap here, down on pit road, but Travis Pryor and Marty Ray run at 8th and 9th respectively right now, back on the lead lap, while they are waiting on everybody in front of them to start making their way down on pit road.
Yeah, speaking of laps down, so far we have 11 drivers on the lead lap, but it is still changing every single time. Adam Eisenhower now taking over the race lead here on lap number 38. And let's see, now we only have 4 drivers left to pit in. Adam Eisenhower, Tommy Amasi, Gary Wubot, and Cody McFadden. I haven't spoken much of Cody McFadden. Cody McFadden, the season standings leader, and has been for the last couple of races now, took over them from the 12 of Damian Crump, his biggest rival, biggest opponent here so far, or was the biggest opponent in points, and Damian has a lot to say about that. So Damian is trying his best to work his way up into the points. He is currently being shown in the 4th place position in points, so he is working his way up there, because before last week he was further down there in, I believe, the 8th or 9th place position in points. And let's see, now we have only 3 drivers left to pit in, and everybody else has now pitted in, and we have a lot of drivers right now trying to get their laps back the hard way.
Yeah, most definitely. We only have 7 cars on the lead lap here as cycling through these pits. Is Adam Eisenhower right now 35 laps since his last pit. He is backing it down, bringing it down on pit road. Taking a look here, that will hand the race lead over to the 05 of Tommy Amasi, who is going to lead his first laps here tonight.
Tommy Amasi stays high to let the faster traffic by. All the drivers who have pitted in, 48 of Christopher Smith, the 10 of Caleb Daniels, 11 of 41 of Dennis and Jermaine. These drivers are up to speed right now, trying to make up as much time as they can. They're trying to make up the time they lost on pit road. And now we have 1 driver left to pit in, like Dave had talked about. The 05 of Tommy Amasi. The longer Tommy Amasi stays out, the more time he loses. And once the driver who was in the lead before the pit stops kicked in, catches up to Tommy Amasi, that means he will be a lap down in no time. So the longer he stays out, once again, the more time he loses. But he does have a pit strategy in mind, and these strategies do work out differently for different drivers.
Yeah, because take a look, he's only got 30 laps since his last pit, so he can run about another 6 to 7 more laps here. That'll put him in a pretty good strategy here on his pit, meaning that he won't have to pit maybe as much as it's looking like right now. 35 laps is the number to be, so it looks like it's going to be a 3 pit stop night for these drivers.
Oh, absolutely. And that was a good point you made right there, Dave. Yep, the longer he stays out, the more if he runs his tank dry, that would mean he might not even have to pit as many times as everybody else. But right now he is pulling off, going down pit road, and that will pass the lead over to the original owner of the lead, the 65 of Marty Ray. Actually, 81 of Travis Power was in the lead, but looks like Marty Ray did have a better pit stop and was able to take the race lead back away from the 81 of Travis Pryor. And speaking of Travis Pryor and Marty Ray, they are right next to each other, nose to tail here, within 0.2 of a second of each other.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are under 100 laps to go. We are sitting right at 99 laps remaining. We are going to step away, give everybody a chance to refill their drinks for our first commercial break of the night. We will be right back.
You wanted the best, you got him for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rocket Chassis 142 here, part of round 6 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co. Well, we are under caution. We did have an incident there. Hopefully you were able to catch it on the top right of your screen with a split screen, courtesy of Dave Everly here with the Dre Broadcasting Network. But going back to the race here, we are still being led by Marty Ray, Will Williams being shown second, Hunter McDaniel third, Travis Pryor fourth, and Chris Clanton in the fifth place position here on lap number 48. And we have a lot of drivers, a lot of machines behind the pace car ready to get their laps back here, namely Michael Snow, Joshua Gillen, Christopher Clanton. Actually, let's see. Just 3 drivers actually who begin their laps back: Michael Snow, Joshua Gillen, and Chris Clanton. But everybody else here is a position or is on the lead lap. We do have Adam Eisenhower in the lead.
Actually, Sean, Christopher Clanton is the leader right now.
Oh, thank you. I'm confused first. I was confused there. Yep, Chris Clanton is in the lead. Adam Eisenhower being shown second. David Schneer third. Waylon Williams fourth. And Marty Ray in the 5th place spot. I always have to keep in mind that iRace, it might take a while to update, and it kept updating every single time I was speaking, which kept jacking me up. But right now, here we are now, lap number 49. We have some drivers trying to get their laps back. We do have 05 Tommy Amasi a lap down, Timothy McBrayer, Dennis and Jermaine, Rick Mason, David White. All these drivers are going to be fighting. All these 5 drivers I've mentioned will be fighting very hard to get their laps back the hard way, to try and be the next drivers in line for the lucky dog for the next caution if it came out. And at this point, Dave, everyone has less than 5 laps on their tires, except for the top 3 drivers, Chris Clanton, Adam Eisenhower, and David Schneer. They do seem to have at least 7 laps more on their tires compared to everybody else. If we have another long run, that's not going to be very good for them. Going back up front here, we are now back 1 to green. We do have the one of Chris Clanton on the inside line with the help of 34 of David Schneer. On the outside is the 86 of Adam Eisenhower with the help of the 8 of Waylon Williams. The lineup has changed here for the first time tonight on lap number 50, going green on lap 51 with 92 laps remaining, and David Schneer still rocking the rear end dent in the back of that machine, but still going nice and strong, going from 15th place to 3rd place this time by. The pace is going to be ducking off here shortly. Pace car is off. The green flag flies. The opening down for the one of Chris Clanton. Gets a very, very good start. Aces of Adam Eisenhower. That seed coming. Will fall back in line right behind him. Right behind them is the 34 of David Schneer and the 8 of Williams battling for the 3rd place spot. Entering turn 1. And David Schneer will be assisted by 65 of Marty Ray on the inside.
Most definitely Marty Ray there looking to get back up front after that incident, as he is riding there on the inside. He has got the 81 of Travis Pryor right behind him, as they are working on the 57 machine of Hunter McDaniel, but they are going to have to get around that 34 machine of David Schneer. Looks like he's holding them up just a little bit. They are not able to quite get around him right now.
And the outside line has now come to life. The 10 of Caleb Daniels, 57 Hunter McDaniel, both made the pass and freight train the inside line. Very nicely done, textbook by these 2 drivers. And the 10 of Daniels now is trying to hunt down the Hunter McDaniel, who is watching to a battle between the 86 of Adam Eisenhower and the 8 of Waylon Williams. And right now, Hunter McDaniel is on the inside of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower for the 3rd place spot.
Yes, we are riding here on the in-car with the 10 of Caleb Daniels, as he is now getting to the inside there of Adam Eisenhower. Adam Eisenhower trying to take away that position, just not able to get there. Comes into the turn, drives it in a little harder than him, gets door-to-door with Adam Eisenhower, trying to take away that number 4 position.
They are still going neck and neck here on lap number 54. And let's see who's going to have it so far. The drivers are both strong. The 10 of Caleb drives it in hard into turn 1, and he makes a pass successfully against the 86 of Eisenhower. And now Eisenhower's a bigger problem. 65 of Marty Ray to his inside. So he will try and hold him off. Nope, he backs off to let him maintain it while he does ride the outside on Dave. Maybe it's just those tires, because they do have quite a lot more laps on their tires compared to everybody else.
Yeah, Christopher Clanton's got 20 laps since his last pit. He is kind of dropping back here as the 10 of Caleb Daniel gets around him. Here comes the 65 of Marty Ray. The 81 of Travis Pryor is they're going to be working here right side by side with him, trying to push him back. Meanwhile, Waylon Williams out front and pulling away from the rest of the field.
Hunter McDaniel, who has moved up into the second place spot right now, trying to hunt down the 8 of Williams. Williams has been a fast driver. He did have a second place qualifying time and a first place practice time. So he is a fast driver as well here tonight, and does seem to be increasing his lead in every single turn, lap after lap. And now Hunter is trying his best to catch up to him, and once they get up to each other or catch each other, they most likely will work together to try and pull away from the rest of the pack. And looking at it right now, the 8 of Williams has increased his lead from 0.2 seconds to 0.5 seconds, and now to 0.6 seconds against the second place driver Hunter McDaniel. For the back in the pack, we have the 48 of Christopher Smith in a battle of his own between the 03 of Kidder Jr. and the 4 of Cody McFadden, and the 48 of Christopher Smith, who then drifts high there and is going to get freight trained by the inside. Chris Smith right now doing an amazing job on the outside line, but right now he is trying his best to hold them off. But let's see how long that lasts. Gary right on the inside of the 48 of Clanton, pushing on the 03 of Kidder here to increase that speed on the straight stretch. But the 48 of Chris Smith still going nice and strong, not giving the position away easily.
Yeah, most definitely here as we're getting closer to the halfway point. 84 laps remaining here tonight at Texas, as these guys are definitely, but I tell you what, Hunter McDaniel's actually starting to close that gap there on Waylon Williams, now only 0.6 behind him, but Marty Ray and Travis Pryor got some ground to make up, as they are right about 1.9 and 2.2 seconds back from the leader.
Absolutely, and speaking of Marty Ray, behind him he did have the 81 of Travis Pryor and the 12 of Crump, who were battling a lot. They were catching 65 of Marty Ray, but they did end up losing some time due to them battling. But now they are now back down single file. And yep, Hunter McDaniel went from 0.6 to now 0.5, and decreasing every single lap. Hunter McDaniel and Waylon Williams do have the same number of laps on their tires, so they're pretty much even at this point. So it's all going to be about staying consistent and saving tires at the exact same time and seeing who's going to be the best in the long run here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. And the drivers now have, let's see, you talked about Chris Clanton, who had the most laps on his tires, and now has 27 laps on his tires. And the longest we had seen drivers go on their tires for the first round of green flag pit stops was about 36 laps, and that was at 05 of Tommy Amasi. So Chris Clanton should be the first driver going down pit road here, since he now has the less gas at this point compared to everybody else. And for the back in the pack, the 5 of Gary Woolbot trying to catch up to the 97 of Garrett Robinson here in the 16th place position. For the back in the pack, the 4 of Michael Snow having a Sunday drive behind Jason Eisenhower in 17th. And Dave, those drivers talked about who are fighting for the Lucky Dog position so far. The driver who's ahead of everybody else there fighting for the Lucky Dog is the 59 of David White in 20th place spot. He down to the 05 of Tommy Amasi, not too far behind him, but the caution flies here on lap number 62. We will back it up and see who might have been involved. The 34 of David Schneider was spun out sideways on the front stretch. I'm not sure what happened, but let's back it up on David Schneider and see what happened.
Well, as we pull up the Dre Broadcasting replay, focusing on the 34, David Schneider. Looks like coming out of the turn, he was battling with the 03 of Don Kidder. A little bit of contact made, and around he goes, but I don't think he's going to collect any cars, no damage, no harm, no foul, as he is going to get spun back around and get her going. But we are going to take another look at that from the blimp view. Looks like Don Kidder just didn't quite expect him to check up as much as he did coming out of the turn. And unfortunately, just a racing incident there, but good job by David Snare and all the other drivers to avoid that incident.
Oh, absolutely. That was a great job by David Snare and some great awareness by the track, by the drivers on the racing surface. But going back up front, we are still being led by Waylon Williams, Hunter McDaniel second, Marty Ray third, Travis Pryor fourth, Damian Crump fifth. And the drivers now have about 17 laps on their tires, Dave. So this is a good time for the drivers to pit in. And the driver who's very happy to see this is the one of Chris Clanton, who was going to have no choice but to be the first driver to pit in for the next round of pit stops. And we have one driver who will be getting the wave around the 59 of David White. Yep, the leaders do lead everybody down pit road, this time by 59 of David White, staying out to get that lucky dog. And next in line for the lucky dog will be the 05 of Tommy Amasi. So we have Tommy Amasi, Timothy McBrayer. Looks like Tommy Amasi as well is staying out behind David White. So since they're behind the pace car, they should be able to get one lap back. But that would mean them staying out, which will be a very big disadvantage, because at this point, Tommy Amasi and Timothy McBrayer, Rick Mason, Dennis and Jermaine both do have over 15 laps on their tires. At the same time, Dave, one thing about iRacing here, since they are a lap down, it will take one lap extra for them to have open pit road.
Yeah, that's just a NASCAR rule. All the cars a lap down will have to go around an extra lap here before pit road opens to them. Just a normal rule here with NASCAR style.
Yeah, but going back here, we do have the 8 of Williams. Looks like Williams was able to be the first driver off pit road. Hunter McDaniel came out second, Marty Ray third. Let's see, Travis Pryor fourth. And Damian Crump in the 5th place spot. So Damian did drop down 2 spots ever since he went down to pit road for some pit stops. And this would be a good time to get a race interview in. So let's focus on the 03 of Don Kidder. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 03 of Don Kidder Jr. up here with us. Good up there, Don.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, good, Sean. Good. Just trying to get this car banged out and get her back up there.
Oh, 10-4, Don. Well done. You've been doing an amazing job here tonight after having some bad luck last week at Dover International. And we haven't seen you in a while. How's the car handling tonight compared to Dover?
Car's handling well. Really having a good time out here tonight with the guys. Trying to get a few things worked out, but car's doing good. I want to thank Dre Broadcasting, Eyeball, thank Extreme and Rick Donaldson and all the guys and admin, everybody that does what they do here for us.
Oh, copy that, Don. Well, Don, tonight starting at 17th place spot and just playing a different pit strategy game after getting some incidents early on in tonight's race. But should we expect to see you here in the on the pole tonight?
Yeah, I should be up there in a little bit. I'm just letting it play out. We still got a lot of laps left, Sean.
Oh, 10-4. We look forward to seeing you up front, buddy. You are headed in the right direction, and make us proud.
10-4. Thank you, Sean.
And that was the 03 of Don Kidder Jr. currently in the 20th place spot. And looks like we are now back 1 to green here on lap number 67 with about 76 laps remaining. Once we go green, we'll have 75 laps to go. In this lineup, we do have the Hunter McDaniel starting on the outside. He is the leader, but he decided to start on the outside. He does have a lane choice. He will have a one of Travis Pryor behind him. On the inside is the 8 of Waylon Williams with the help of 65 of Marty Ray. The drivers are all now back on the exact same pit strategy. And, actually we have 05 Tommy Amasi and Timothy McBrayer both with over 20 laps on their tires, so they did not pit in. They did get their wave rounds like I had talked about, and now the pace cars are going to be ducking off here to go green. Well, Dave, do the honors.
Well, as the pace car now dips off, Hunter McDaniel wastes no time, gets down on that throttle, He is going to bring the 81 of Travis Pryor with him, as Travis Pryor is going to jump in front of the 8 of Waylon Williams. Now Hunter McDaniel's got to hold off that 81 of Travis Pryor, as he is looking to make some moves and get back out in the lead.
And for the back in the pack, 6'4", Cody McFadden making some moves here tonight. Here, so far, behind the 6'5" of Marty Ray. He has gone from 11th place to 6th. In front of in the beginning of the race, Cody was for the back in the pack there in the bottom 20. But now he has made his way up here, trying to make some moves against 6'5" of Marty Ray. He moves him up the track. Entering turn 1, they'll be side by side. And Cody will be followed by, looks like, the 12 of Damian Crump. The 6'5" of Marty Ray trying to close the door to avoid losing more spots. The 6'4" of Cody goes down the apron there, down the track, to avoid causing trouble. And the 12 of Crump will take him 3 wide, moves him up the track. And they're back to 2 wide. Damian Crump is on the move as we speak, trying to make up as much time as he can. 6'4" of Cody McFadden makes some contact with 10 of Caleb Daniels, and that's going to give Caleb some right side damage, and 6'4" of Cody McFadden some left side damage. I hear some banging in the back. Not sure what's going on. Oh, that was just a glitch. Everything's still going nice and smooth. I apologize. But right now, Cody McFadden is in between the 10 of Caleb Daniels and 65 of Marty Ray. And Dave, on my end, the 1 of Chris Clanton has a lot of bad damage on the machine. I'm not sure if it's just me, but that is most likely a glitch.
Yeah, he was kind of blinking a little bit there, had a little bit of an internet connection. It looks like that is stabilized. Definitely does not. I think, like you said, it may be a little bit of a glitch here, because he is putting down some great lap times here, running back in the 8th position.
Absolutely. Yeah, but for the one of Chris Clanton takes it 3 wide. He goes into the grass. He backs off to avoid causing trouble, because in the grass you have no traction whatsoever, and he will lose a spot to the 48 of Christopher Smith here for the 8th place position. And we have the 10 of Caleb Daniels right now trying to get around the 65 of Marty Ray and 64 of Cody McFadden, but going back up front, 81 of Travis Pryor is now being shown 8/10 behind the leader 57 of Hunter McDaniel.
Ooh, the 12 of Damian Crumper gets a little sideways off the turn. He is now going down through the grass. It is going to stay green flag, as he is getting that machine back up to speed.
Looks like Damian Crump, Dave, did top the apron, which did shoot his car leftward. That was a very, very nice save on his part. Very beautiful sideways action by Damian Crump. But for the back in the pack, going up into the pack, the 6 of Ralph Vanderforce right now riding the outside line here, trying to save some tires for the long run behind the 48 of Christopher Smith, who is battling the 1 of Chris Clanton.
Well, as we were pulling up the Dre Broadcasting replay, we are going to take a look at that save. Yeah, he was dirt tracking it, coming off of 4, got down in the grass, kept her going straight. Great job by him, and great job by everybody avoiding that and keeping it green flag racing here tonight.
And Dave, we had some trouble on the track. The 1 of Chris Clanton did smack the wall on the exit of turn 2, which did slow him down a lot. And because of that, he has lost a lot of time, a lot of positions, a lot of momentum, all his momentum actually, and he is trying to get back up to speed as we speak. He's getting overtaken by the 4 of Michael Snow for the 14th place spot, or for the 13th place position. And for the back in the pack, 59 of David White here behind the 03 of John Kidder, who is following the 36 of Jason Eisenhower. And we have the 25 of Timothy McBurry in the 22nd place position here, trying to pick up the pace, trying to stay here on this lead lap to avoid going a lap down. If you ride for too long at this track, at a track like this, ladies and gentlemen, it won't be long and before you're caught by the leaders, which will cost you a lap, cost you time and positions. So right now, Timothy is trying his best to avoid that, and also going for the back up front. Actually, Timothy McBride is backing it off as we speak, so it looks like he's having some difficulties. He just might be pitting in this time by. Oh, that's right. Timothy is pitting in as we speak, because he does have 29 laps on his tires. Just like we had talked about, he did decide to stay out with the 05 of Tommy Amasi to get their laps back. So he will now be back on the same strategy as everybody else. Well, not quite, because everybody else now has over 13 to 14 laps on their tires here. But 25 of Timothy will be getting his brand new backup car and stay back competitive.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are over halfway to go with just 65 laps remaining. So we are going to take a quick commercial break here so everybody can refill their drinks and refill their snacks. And we'll be right back here on the Dre Broadcasting Network with the Extreme Motorsports Cadence Series sponsored by iBog.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rocket Chassis 142 for round 6 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro KNN series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co or ibog.co, that is. We're going back to the race. Here we are being led by the 57 Hunter McDaniel, Waylon Williams starting second, Travis Pryor on the inside line in third place behind Hunter McDaniel, and Marty Ray on the outside behind the 8 of Waylon Williams. We are going green this time by, and that's going to give us 60 laps remaining. So Dave, we need one more pit stop in order for the drivers to be able to make it all the way. So it's going to make things very interesting.
Yeah, it looks like right about, let's see, we're 61 to go, coming to 60 go. It's probably within the next 30 laps, the pit window will open and each drivers will be able to come down for final pit stops here at Texas.
Oh, absolutely. And the pace car does dip off as we spoke. The drivers put it down to full immediately. They don't hesitate. 81 of Pryor all over the 700 McDaniel like fudge cake on Sunday. The 8 of Will Williams was caught sleeping this time and will lose the spot to the 81 of Travis Pryor, but was able to fall back in line to avoid going for the back in the pack. 65 Marty Ray right now trying to hold off the 6 of Ralph Vanderforst, but Ralph was able to make the pass successfully on him on the exit of turn 2, and Marty Ray right now is most likely trying to figure out a way to set up a 6 of Ralph Vanderforst before too long, and the 8 of Williams right now is charging all over the 81 of Travis Pryor.
Yeah, taking a look here right now, the 65 of Marty Ray has led the most laps with 30. Hunter McDaniel leading 19, Waylon Williams 12, and Travis Pryor leading 6. So, you know, they kind of spread it out here. Let's take a look at our late race report. We have had 5 cautions here at Texas tonight, 11 lead changes, and right now, Waylon Williams has put down the fastest lap time of the night with a 28.124.
Yep, 5 lead changes. I mean, how many lead changes you said? You said five cautions?
It's 5 cautions, 11 lead changes.
11 lead changes, thank you very much. Yep, and right now, Dave, we have the 81 first player who's trying to hold off the 8 of Williams, but Williams was able to set him up, and the 6 of Ralph Vanderforst is going to take it on the outside, 3 wide, but they'll go back double wide here on the exit of 3. No, they're still 3 wide, it's one in the middle. 8 of Williams in the inside. Travis backs it down and takes it back double wide to be behind the 8 of Williams, and Ralph Vanderforst still rocking the outside line, nice and strong. Look at that, Dave. Ralph is still going on the outside line, not even bothering to try and toss it the inside line, just going to the outside line to try and make the pass that way. And for the back in the pack, we do have the 1 of Chris Clanton trying to catch up to the 10 of Caleb Daniels, and he does have the he overtook the 10 of Caleb Daniels, and he has the 6-4 of Cody McFadden next in line, and the caution does fly here on lap 87. We'll back it up and see who might have been involved.
Well, that is going to involve the 34 of David Schneier. As we pull up the Dre Broadcasting instant replay here, we are going to focus on Schneier as I rewind it here. He is just running. Looks like that back end might have kicked loose there as he had the 4 right behind him. Let's take a look here from the blimp view. It looks like coming out of the turn, just a bad neck coat, I do believe. There, got him around, got him spun through, but no other cars involved, no contact with the wall. So he is going to get that thing flipped back around and get set back up to go green flag.
Absolutely. David Schneier not having a good start to tonight's race whatsoever, but still going nice and strong. And that will be the second time he's been a victim of the exit of turn 4 there. But each time he has been able to minimize the damage by locking it down and just letting everybody by before proceeding. But going back up front, we are still being led by Hunter McDaniel, Waylon Williams being shown 2nd, Ralph Vanderforst 3rd, 6'5" Marty Ray 4th, and Travis Pryor in the 5th place spot. And the drivers having only 9 laps on their tires, most likely will be staying out. I stand corrected. Hunter leading them all down pit road this time by. We have 1 driver staying out, 2 drivers, 4 drivers staying out. Caleb just pitted in. Damian Crump has stayed out. Caleb stayed out as well. So Caleb takes over the race lead here on lap number 89. And Damian Crump did stay out as well. So did Joshua Gillen, Adam Eisenhower, and Michael Snow. And next in line for the lucky dog this time by is the 41 of Dennis and Jermaine, getting his lap back as we speak, back on the lead lap here on lap 89. Great job, Dennis. And this would be a good time to get a race interview in to check on one of the drivers here. Let's focus on the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Gotta come up there, Joshua.
I got you, bud.
How you doing tonight?
Oh, a little shaky tonight. I just gotta get the bows worked out.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. Very, very sorry to hear about that. But Joshua, tonight, you have been doing an amazing job as usual. You have been trying your best to avoid trouble, but trouble always seems to be coming your way. How's the car handling? How's the machine?
It's very bad. Trying to work on it slowly but surely. It's just not working out too well. Just trying to stay out of trouble now.
Oh, copy that. And Joshua, tonight you did have a 13th place qualifying time of a 25 car field. That is very good pace, because that was a very good time. You had a 28.161. I mean, with the time like that and your consistency here tonight, you think you have what it takes to maybe advance your spot or even bring it home?
I don't know about bringing it home, but I'm gonna try to see what I can do about a top 10, possibly a top 5.
Oh, copy that. Well, buddy, look forward to seeing you up front. You have been headed the right direction, trying to stay out of trouble, and have been doing an amazing job so far with that heavy hauler paint scheme. Very, very well dressed. Well, buddy, get back to the driver's seat and make us proud.
It's actually a chasegates.com, man. If y'all want to check it out, it's a pretty good website. Good friends, good people.
10-4, brother. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
And that was the 40 of Joshua Gillen in snow motorsports, not slow motorsports, but snow motorsports. And now it looks like we are now back 1 to green. We have the 10 of Caleb Daniels in the lead with the help of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower on the inside. On the outside is the 12 of Damian Crump with the help of the 97 of Garrett Robinson. And looking at my stats right now, the top 3 drivers, Caleb Daniels, Damian Crump, Adam Eisenhower, did decide to stay out this caution, so they will have 9 laps more on their tires compared to everybody behind them, who has less than 5 as we speak. So, and judging by what we had seen in the beginning, some drivers who decided to stay out on older tires, it didn't work out for them for too long, like Christopher Clanton and I believe 8 of Waylon Williams. So we're going to be seeing how that plays into effect for the top 3 drivers who did decide to stay out. And we are now back 1 to green, lap 91, 52 laps remaining, going green this time by with 1 more required pit stop. Let's get it done.
Yes, the pace car now brings him through turn 3 into turn number 4. Caleb Daniels on the inside, Damian Crump on the outside, Adam Eisenhower, Garrett Robinson, second row, as we are waiting on the pace car to exit. Pace car is off, hot diggity dog. We are going green flag racing as the 10 of Caleb Daniels gets a good jump. He is going to bring the 86 of Adam Eisenhower and the 65 of Marty Ray as the 12 of Damian Crump and the 97 of Garrett Robinson look to get up to speed. Robinson is going to drop Damian Crump and go around him on the inside.
Yep, Garrett right now just chose to follow the faster line on the restart is the inside line, and it did benefit him right there because he was able to get around the 12 of Crump, and Crump will look to his inside here on the exit of 4. He is forced to go up the track. They'll be side by side at the front stretch. Crump is trying his best to take what was rightfully his, which was that 3rd place position, and Garrett has drifted way high. That allows the 8 of Williams to occupy his inside as well here on the exit of 2.
Yeah, most definitely there. Now, here comes Crump. He is trying to get to the inside of Marty Ray. He has moved up into the 4th position, but he wants to go further, but it looks like Marty Ray is going to shut that door as Marty Ray is now riding right behind Adam Eisenhower. But I'll tell you what, this is letting the 10 of Caleb Daniels start to pull out a little bit of a gap. Here comes Marty Ray on the inside of Adam Eisenhower. He is going to get around him. Now he has got his eyes set on that 10 of Caleb Daniels, as he is wanting to take that lead back.
Oh, absolutely. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, Caleb Daniels does have a lot more laps on his tires, so therefore he will be a lot slower here in the long run. Once that tire kicks in for him, he will lose that lead in a hurry, in a flash, and Marty Ray is now all over him. He is about 2/10 behind him. He gets a good run off turn 2. The 10 of Caleb Daniels was able to get a good run, but not good enough, or not as good as the 65 of Marty Ray, and he looks to his inside, entering turn 3 because of that. And behind them, they do have the 86 of Adam Eisenhower following the line of the 65 of Marty Ray to get around the 10 of Caleb Daniels, who has been left at high and dry on the outside. Adam Eisenhower did push tight there in the turn, but he was able to make it stick and make the pass successful against the 10 of Caleb Daniels there on the exit of turn 2. And Caleb now does have the 12 of Damian Crump on his inside, and both drivers, Daniels and Crump, do have the same number of laps on their tires, and the 10 of Caleb Daniels, Dave, has now become a roadblock on the outside.
Yes, we see the 1 of Christopher Clanton get around him. Here comes Garrett Robinson. Travis Pryor's right there. Looks like the 8 of Waylon Williams is stuck up on that high side right behind him, so he has nowhere to go as he is also being freight trained by the pack here.
And the 10 of Caleb Daniels' days of being a roadblock are over. They're going to go 3 wide on the exit of 3, not the 8 of Williams. Backs off to let it back, to take it down to 2 wide. And the 10 of Daniels right now is trying to get inside in between the 81 of Pryor and the 1 of Chris Clanton is making it stick on the outside nice and strong. But let's see how long that lasts. The 8 of Williams gets a big run on him here on the exit of 2 and backs off to just give him some room. And right now the 10 of Daniels is still getting freight trained as we speak, trying to just fall in line so he can be able to be back on the same pace as everybody else, but so far having no luck. But he does have a driver charging right behind him. It's going to be the, let's get the number, it's going to be the 66 of Ralph Vanderforce here on lap number 99.
Yeah, most definitely there, but going back up front, Marty Ray is leading. Not really too much of a game as Damian Crump is now looking to the inside there of Adam Eisenhower. Adam Eisenhower pushes down, says, I don't think so, buddy, you're going to have to earn it. Is Adam Eisenhower is going to hold on to that number 2 spot.
And Robinson is right behind the 12 of Crump, the 1 of Clanton on the outside line, trying to make it work. The 97 of Garrett Robinson, they almost taps the 12 of Crump, lets him know he's there. Oh, the 1 of Clanton tosses it to the inside. Holy cow! Textbook pass by Chris Clanton. He will be followed by the 81 of Travis right on the inside here, trying to freight train the 97 of Robinson and the 12 of Crump. Holy cow, well done.
Well, we are here coming to lap 101, 42 laps remaining. So probably within the next 5 to 7 laps, we'll open the pit window for the final pit stops as we have a caution.
Oh, the 1 of Clanton, Dave, was spun out sideways violently there. Holy cow, let's back up on the 1 of Chris Clanton and see what happened.
Well, as we pull up the Dre broadcast and replay, we are going to take a look at that again. Is the 1 of Clanton there is just riding, not sure exactly what happened, but he went sideways right in front of the 81 of Travis Pryor and then started, looks like he did blow his engine there at the end.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was quite a violent wreck on the part of the 1 of Chris Clanton. Very unfortunate, indeed. But hopefully he does still have one of his backup cars so he can be able to get back out here and put some more laps down, because he was fast. He was headed towards the front. And it's very unfortunate that it had to happen or end that way for him. And as we speak, he is getting towed down to pit road. But going back on the track, we are being led by Marty Ray, Adam Eisenhower second, 81 Travis Pryor third, Hunter McDaniel fourth, the 12 of Crump fifth, and David Driver, who's very happy to see this caution, would be, let's see, that was a 10 of Caleb Daniels, who was getting freight train. So the 10 of Caleb Daniels was able to catch a break. He's going to be back on the same strategy as everybody else.
Also, another driver happy to see that caution is going to be the 25 of Tim McBrayer. He was the first car lap down, so he should be receiving the lucky dog here. Is taking a look here. It might actually have been the 03 here. Let's take a look here, see who's going to get the lucky dog.
Nope, you were right, Dave. It's the 25 of Timothy McBrayer getting waved around as we speak. And unfortunately, Dave, we have lost one more driver. That was the 1 of Chris Clanton. Looks like Chris Clanton did not have any more backup cars left. Very unfortunately, indeed, he was a fast driver tonight. But definitely look forward to his return next week. With the week after next week, because we don't have a race next week due to the 4th of July holiday. So after next week at Auto Club Speedway for the Alpha 250 for round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-N Series. And going back here on the track, everybody did pit in at this point. And now
taking a look here, though, Sean, it looks like Hunter McDaniel is going to be the first one off of pit road, followed by the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Travis Pryor is going to be third. Garrett Robinson 4th, and Damian Crump rounding out your top 5 off of pit road.
Absolutely great race off pit road there. And Dave, once we go green, we're going to be having at least, let's see, 37 to 38 laps remaining. So Dave, with that said, the drivers might be 2 to 3 laps short. So these drivers are depending on a caution, or most likely will be depending on a caution in order for them to be able to make it. Will make things very, very interesting. And now the next driver in line for the Lucky Dog will be the 03 of Don Kidder Jr., being shown in 21st place spot, but he's going to be having to hold off the 34 of David Schneider. Speaking of David Schneider is on pit road and has been on pit road for a while. Nope, he's now exiting pit road. He still has some damage on the left side of the machine, but has been going nice and strong. And there we have some heavy movers here in the top 5, top 10. The 97 Garrett Robinson has come from 25th to 4th. 05 of Tommy Amasi here, making his first appearance in the top 10 from the 22nd place spot and currently 6th. And here currently being led by Hunter McDaniel in the 57, and we most likely will be coming to 1 to green this time by here on lap number 105. Yes, the last of the pace car do turn off, and Hunter will be having the 81 of Travis Pride behind him on the restart. On the outside will be 86 of Adam Eisenhower, being assisted by the 12 of Damian Crump. And let's see, once we go green, we'll be having 37 laps remaining, 37 laps to go. So the drivers, once again, most likely will be having at least, will be 2 to 3 laps short. So they will be needing, hoping for a caution so they can be able to make it all the way and not have to go down pit road for a splash and avoid, and risk losing positions and a lot of time. The driver's getting bunched up nice and tight, going green this time by here with Hunter McDaniel in the lead. And so far for the back in the pack here, the 97 Garrett Robinson is back there in 20th. So it will be a man on the mission trying to work his way towards the front. And now we are exiting turn 4, going green this time by. Pace car is off. The green flag flies. They don't have pride all over the 57 Hunter McDaniel. They do freight train the 86 of Eisenhower, who was caught sleeping on the outside line. We do have the 12 of Damian Crump, who was able to fall back in line there behind Adam Eisenhower, and the 05 of Tommy Massey right behind him in 5th.
Yeah, like you said, Sean, we got 37 laps to go. We've seen drivers go 37 laps. Now, I'm sure some of these drivers will hope to see a caution, because that'll extend their laps that they can go on fuel, as we are here in the final stages of tonight's race.
Absolutely, and so far we have the 12 of Crump trying to make some moves on the 86 of Eisenhower for the 3rd place spot. Eisenhower holds the outside line nice and strong. Oh, it looks like 12 of Crump will get assistance from the 8 to the 05 of Tommy Amasi and the 8 of Williams right now, watching a battle between the 86 of Eisenhower and the that's going to be the 12 of Damian Crump. Back in the pack there, we have a 10 of Caleb Daniels here in a single foul line between the 6-4 of Cody McFadden, 48 of Christopher Smith. And these drivers have been all over each other all these laps this far. And Cody McFadden right now trying to hunt down the 4 of Michael Snow. And there's a battle in front of them. It's going to be between the 86 of Eisenhower and the 05 of Tommy Massey, who were able to clear each other. And now Eisenhower trying to hold off the 8 of Williams. For the back in the pack, David driver we've spoken much of here tonight, the 5 of Gary Woolbot. Gary Woolbot didn't have much luck last week at Dover. He made his way towards the front, towards the very end, and unfortunately he did get wrecked out. He was a victim of the track, and is now back here tonight, starting 24th, currently in the 13th place position, trying to have a better race than he did last week at Dover, and hunting down the 48 of Christopher Smith for the 12th place position.
Yeah, most definitely here. Looks like Garrett Robertson dropped all the way back here into 17th. is he is now trying to work on Jason Eisenhower, try to gain some positions. We have got some 3 wide up right in front of him. Is the 48 gets taken 3 wide by Garrett and Adam Eisenhower.
Yeah, not sure what happened to the 48 of Christopher Smith there, Dave. He was under speed. He was back down a lot. He was doing about 130 something in the tri-oval, while everybody else was doing about 30 to 40 miles more. But now he is back up to speed, trying to take back all the positions he just lost right there. He overtook the 36 of Jason Eisenhower. Now his next victim, the 97 of Garrett Robinson here in the 15th place position. And up front in front of them, we do have the 5 of Gary Woobot, the 40 of Joshua Gillen, being shown within a second of each other. And we have a battle up front, Dave, in front of the 2 drivers. It's going to be between the 4 of Michael Snow and 59 of David White. And up front, Ralph Vandervoort still holding the outside line nice and strong, but he gets overtaken by Adam Eisenhower and the 64 of Cody McFadden, who is on his inside line as we speak here on the exit of turn 2. And Ralph does get the slingshot off turn 2 and clears the inside. Nope, not quite, but he still decides to stay high, entering turn 3. And Dave, let's take a time. Let's ride on the in-car with Ralph Vandervoort just so we can watch his race line for a full lap. Looks like he goes back down low here on the inside of the 05 of Tommy Massey. Sets him up on the exit of 2. He will be side by side with him through the backstretch here, entering turn 3. And 05 of the Massey has been successfully cleared by Ralph Vandervoort, who now has his next victim in line here, the 8 of Williams. Oh, not sure what happened to the 81 of Travis Pryor, Dave, but he has been freight trained. Looks like he sustained some right side damage, so he did smack a wall, and because of that, he has lost a lot of spots. Went from about 3rd place to now, I believe, 6th to 7th place. So he has lost a lot of time, and hopefully that damage is not too bad.
Yeah, most definitely here. We are now 29 laps remaining here for the Rocket Chassis 142 here, brought to you by ExtremeMotorsports99.com. I know we haven't talked much about it, but ladies and gentlemen, if this looks like a league you are interested, check them out. ExtremeMotorsports99.com. They have a road series, they have K&N, trucks, Xfinity, and a Cup series. So definitely give them a check out. Check out their website and sign up if it's something you're definitely interested in racing in.
It's a great group of drivers right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very, very great league, and you will not regret joining them and being a part of this community here with the Extreme Motorsports 99. Once again, like David talked about, multiple series that you guys can join in based on your preference and or experience. And for the back in the pack, Dave, we have the 5 of Gary Woobot right now overtaking the 4 of Michael Snow. Michael Snow staying high. Gary Robinson assisting the 5 of Woobot on the inside. Garrett right now is backing off here, trying to get a run on the 5 of Woobot. And behind them, looks like the 03 of Kidder. Yes, the 03 of Kidder. Oh, the 4 of Michael Snow gets into the wall. He will be forced down the apron, hits the wall, and is spinning heavily here. The caution is not going to fly. He's back on the track. Is it going to fly? Nope, he will not fly. Looks like he was able to gather that and is now rolling as we speak. And Dave, if we can, let's catch it on replay.
Well, as we do pull up the Dre broadcast and replay, focusing on the 4 of Snow. He was battling with the 97 of Garrett Robinson. He just gets into that outside wall, shoots him down to the inside wall. He has got some heavy damage to that machine, but good job by him by keeping it down there and keeping it up. No, the yellow did fly.
Oh, Dave, we have the 18 of Rick Mason involved, the 88 of Brandon Slow as well involved. Heavy smoke here on the back straightaway. Actually entering turn 3. Let's see if we can focus on replay. Let's focus on the...
I'm going to focus on the 18 of Rick Mason here. We are going to pull up the instant replay, focusing on the 18 of Rick Mason. Look like it... he hit that outside wall. Same with Adam Eisenhower there in the Jason Eisenhower in the 36 machine. They both kind of tagged that outside wall there. And there's quite a few cars involved, but that is going to bring out a caution here. So I do believe we're going to see everybody down on pit road.
Yeah, Dave, that was a weird incident right there. So 36, Jason Eisenhower, Brandon Slow, and the 18 of Rick Mason, all three drivers hit the wall, the exact same wall, the exact same time they were going through it on the exact same lap. And holy cow, I've never seen that happen before. But that was something. So that lets you know they're most likely on the exact same strategy, and maybe something might have gone wrong with their machines, all because of the tires. But very, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved in that. And going back up front, looks like everybody is now on pit road. But the 40 of Joshua Gillen deciding to stay out to lead a lap. Yeah, Joshua Gillen and Marty Ray staying out as we speak to lead some laps, to lead a lap here with Joshua Gillen. Yeah, but that won't give the 65 Marty Ray the lead. I think he is in second place. And we do have a driver who will be getting the wave around 25 of Timothy McBrayer. And now, Dave, we are sure the drivers can make it on gas.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Our front two, Joshua Gillen, Marty Ray, 17 laps on their tires. Everybody behind them, minus Tom Kidder and David Schneider, are on a fresh pair of stickers. So we're about to see what tires will pay off.
Oh, absolutely. And by the looks of it, it hasn't yet given the 40 of Joshua Gillen the lead, so he will be taking over the lead here once he crosses the finish line on lap number 121. He might be pitting in the next time by, but the pit entrance will be closed, so he will be given an end of the line penalty by the iRacing officials. I'm not sure if he'll be pitting in or staying out, but yep, that will be very interesting to see exactly what happens. 17 laps more on their tires compared to everybody else. Just imagine how we had seen in the beginning, 7-lap older tires were not too good for the drivers who stayed out in the beginning. So 17 will be even worse than that, double or even triple the negativity. And for the back in the pack here, Dave, we have some heavy movers as well. The 05 Tommy Massey is still rounding up the top 10 in the 9th place spot after starting in the 22nd place position. And Gary Woodwatch now moving up into the 13th place spot after starting 24th.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun here, Sean. We're gonna have about a 20-lap shootout here for the checkered flag. Right now being led by Joshua Gill and Marty Ray sitting in second with leading 38 laps. Adam Eisenhower sitting third. Hunter McDaniel sitting fourth. And Hunter McDaniel has led 40 laps here tonight as we see Joshua Gillen break off and go down on pit road. That is going to hand that race lead over to the 65 of Marty Ray.
Yeah, Marty Ray taking over the race lead, but deciding to stay out with 17-lap older tires compared to everybody else from the last time he pitted in. Oh man, well, Marty Ray knows what he's doing. That is his pit strategy. Let's see exactly what happens here to the 65 of Marty Ray, but good luck, Marty Ray. He most likely will be sideways a lot since it would be like driving on ice. But looking at this restart, he does have the 57 Hunter McDonough right behind him. Adam Eisenhower on the outside with the help of the 66 of Ralph Vanderforst going green with 20 laps remaining.
Yep, 20-lap shootout here for the checker flag here at Texas Motor Speedway. So it'll definitely be interesting. A great finish here to the Rocket Chassis 142, 20-lap shootout. Will we stay green? That's the question that needs to be answered.
And we have a couple of drivers, Dave, who are most likely hoping for cautions. Marty Ray might be one of them, and so is the lap cars. 25 Timothy McBrayer, Michael Snow going back up front here. We are now exiting turn 4, going green with 20 laps remaining. That pace car dips off. Marty Ray still holding pace speed. He puts it down to 4. They do catch on to it. The 57 Hunter McDaniel, 86 Adam Eisenhower do see it coming. Ralph Vanderforst on the outside and as well trying to keep up with these drivers. Hunter McDaniel gets cleared by the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, and they will go single file here. Entering turn 1, Ralph Vanderforst as well does fall down in line here behind Hunter McDaniel. And for the back behind them, 8 of Williams is being challenged by the 12 of Crump. Damian Crump does have a machine to his inside, 64 of Cody McFadden, and that's a battle for the 6th place spot, and Cody most likely makes a pass successfully. Yes, he does. and might clear him, but nope, the 12 Crumpsy putting on a hard fight, occupying his right quarter panel, but entering turn 1, he is clear.
Well, going up front, Marty Ray is already under fire from the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. He is going to make that pass as Marty Ray. Oh, the 81 goes down into the inside wall, but we will stay green flag racing.
Holy cow, that was a violent crash from the 81 of Travis. Probably very unfortunate indeed. Oh, some contact that caused it. Oh, yeah, that was not pretty. Hope he's doing okay, and hopefully he still has one of his 2 backup cars. I believe he wasn't involved in any incidents here tonight, but tough luck for Travis. An amazing driver, but going back up front here, Hunter was able to take over the race lead here, and he now has the 6 of Ralph Vanderforce being shown about 2/10 behind him, and Ralph is under fire from the 8 of Waylon Williams. And there we have a cluster all the way from, let's see, from the 6th place to 10th place spot. 12 Crumb making some moves. Holy cow. Oh, he drifts away. He backs off. He will smack the wall. Holy cow. He lost all his momentum, all his speed, and has to do it all over again. Hopefully the damage won't affect him too much. And that 48 of Christopher Smith is now all over his back bumper.
Well, Sean, we are now 17 laps to go. We are going to step away for our final commercial break of the night. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back. Actually, we are just now under caution here. The 12 with Damian Crump are spinning out as we are going to pull up the Dre Broadcasting replay and take a look at that replay and see exactly what happened. As we focus on the 12, oh, maybe some contact between him and the 48, not quite sure, but he gets spun around and hit hard, and he's got some heavy damage. Looks like he's trying to get it rolling, but, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to step away for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rocket Chassis 142 for round 6 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro K&N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co. Well, going back to the race here, we do have 13 laps remaining. Once the cross start finish line, yep, 13 laps remaining. And right now we are on lap number 130 with the 57 Hunter McDaniel in the lead. Ralph Vanderforce second. Waylon Williams third, Adam Eisenhower fourth, and Cody McFadden in the 5th place position. And Dave, under this caution, every single, it looks like the top 8 drivers, top 9 drivers did decide to stay out on the same older tires, but everybody behind them decided to go down pit road.
Yeah, most definitely so. But let's see, we are at 13. We are probably going to have about 11 laps to go when we take the green flag. Now, one thing to remember, of course, lap 142 will end the race, but also right about lap 138, if a flag comes out, that will end the race under yellow. So if the yellow comes out at lap 138 or higher, that will end the race as well.
Absolutely, that will mean the drivers, once we go green, ladies and gentlemen, these drivers will be trying to be in the best spot possible once we get close to lap number 138, so they can be able to just secure that spot. So just like David said, that race, I mean, that the flag after that on lap 138 or above 138 will end the race. So this is now go time for the drivers. We'll be going green with 11 laps remaining, and right now the lights on the pace car do turn off here, and the 10 of Caleb Daniels rounding up the he's currently 6th place, getting 10 spots this far here behind the 64 of Cody McFadden. But this lineup, we do have the 8 of Williams behind Hunter McDaniel, Ralph Vanderforst behind Adam Eisenhower. Here on this restart, we are going green. It is go time. 05 Tommy Massey being shown 7th, Garrett Robinson 8th, Gary Woobot making his way up here, his first appearance in the top 10 here tonight, and Marty Ray bumped back to the 10th place position. And speaking of Marty Ray is on new tires, so he will be trying to work his way through this field, Dave. But you know, from experience, I can tell you that even though you have newer tires, you might end up burning your stuff by the time you get into the front.
Yeah, most definitely. So this is going to be a real interesting 11 laps, because we are getting ready to go green as the pace car is now bringing them out of turn number 4. We are waiting for the pace car to dip off, ready to go green flag racing here at Texas. Pace car is off. Hunter McDaniel wastes no time, gets hard on that throttle, and
Yep, the 8 of Williams right now on the inside line here. Is trying to get around the 6 of Ralph Vanderforst, but Vanderforst was able. Nope, he is on his inside here. Henry turn 2. Holy cow, what a move. And Will Williams will make the pass successful against Vanderforst on the exit of 2. But Hunter Dave did get a very, very good start. So he has quite the lead over the 2nd place driver and 3rd place driver, Vanderforst and Williams.
Yeah, most definitely. He has led the most laps here already tonight, with 48 coming to 49 now. So he's led a good bit here tonight, but he is pulling out to a good gap. But Waylon Williams is actually starting to track him down a little bit, as he is now starting to pull away from Ralph Vandervorst.
Oh, we had a driver in the wall here on the exit of 2. That looks like the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Adam Eisenhower has lost a lot of spots. Looks like turn 2 has claimed another victim. Last week at Dover, it was turn 4 that claimed most of the cars, but here it was turn number 2 that has claimed most of them. But Adam Eisenhower, as we speak, is trying to get up to speed here, but has lost a lot of time. He was in the 4th place spot and now bumped down to the 10th place position. And up front here, we do have the 05 Tommy Massey getting around the 64 of Cody McFadden on the inside.
Yeah, Cody McFadden is dropping back here. I'm not sure exactly what happened. He is on older tires, but he is dropping back, because here comes the 65 of Marty Ray, who started this restart 10th and has already made up to 7th, but we only have 8 laps remaining here tonight.
Oh yeah, and Marty Ray once again does have new tires. Oh, the caution flies on lap 135. Holy cow. We're going to back up and see who might have been involved.
That is going to involve the 48 of Christopher Smith, as we are going to pull up the Dre Broadcasting replay and take a look at it here. Taking a look, he was battling with the 4 of Michael Snow coming into turn number 1. Not sure what happened, but around the 48 went the 4 of Michael Snow, so that is going to bring out our caution here. But I do believe we are going to have about a 2 or 3 lap shootout for the checker.
Oh, absolutely. That will make things very, very interesting. Holy cow. And man, Dave, that caution cost 65. Marty Ray had a very, very bad time. He was working his way through through the field. Last time when I checked on him before the restart, he was in the 10th place spot. Has worked his way up into the top 5. Oh, we have a driver who's blown his motor. It's the 4 of Michael Snow. Michael Snow is trying to coast down to pit road, but that engine overheated. due to the smoke he was releasing from the contact that was made. Very unfortunate for Michael Snow. Hopefully Dave is able to make it down to his pit stall to get his backup car. He still has one remaining, but that is very, very sad to see.
Yeah, as we are watching the four, Michael Snow, he is down to under 65 mile an hour here, as he is now coasting through into turn number 3. Not sure if he's going to make it, but he is trying like crazy. I don't know if he has an extra car there waiting on him, but hopefully he does, as he is now sitting in the 15th position.
And everybody this far, Dave, we have a lot of drivers. Almost every single driver has stayed out. Only a few down pit road. Most of the drivers on pit road are the ones who have been involved in the incident that brought the caution here this time. So everybody right now knows it's not a good time to pit in. And we have one driving in the wave around the pace car. Looks like it's 12 of Damian Crump. Going to be back to one lap down here on lap number 137.
Well, taking a look at my stats here, Hunter McDaniel is going to be the driver that led the most laps here tonight. He has led 53 laps. As we are now sitting here with just 6 to go, as they are making their way through turns 3 and 4.
And Timothy McBrayer was supposed to get the wave around the pace car, but by the looks of it, he was involved in an incident. He did get an incident, which did void his chance to getting that wave around that lucky dog. And he is now going down pit road. That car is beat up in every way possible, so he most likely is going down pit road to either get some damage fixed or get a brand new backup car if he still has one. We're also going back into the up front into the pack. All 5 Tommy Amasi behind the 6.5 of Marty Ray and Dave. Tonight, all 5 of Amasi did have a very bad start to tonight's race, but after that he has been succeeding and has kept out of trouble for the most part.
Yeah, most definitely, but I tell you, I don't know if anybody's going to have anything for Hunter McDaniel. He has been quick tonight on the short run. He is going to have a short run here for the checkered. Waylon Williams has also been quick, so, I mean, it's a possibility. This is going to be a nail-biter. It's going to be a nail-biting finish. Who's going to take it? Who wants it?
Oh, absolutely. And the best defense Hunter has, since he is a leader, it's a good thing he's a leader because he does control the start. He could duck off as soon as the pace car dips off, just like we have seen on these restarts. The drivers are setting each other up, which is spreading out the field and catching a lot of drivers off guard. And once they catch the drivers off guard, those drivers do end up losing positions. And the leader who jumps the start does seem to have a good commanding lead, and it takes a while before they catch him, if they catch him at all. But right now, across the start finish line with about 3 laps remaining now, the lights on the pace car do turn off, going green this time, but actually 4 laps remaining. I apologize. But once we go green, we're going to be having 3 laps remaining on lap number 140. So let's get it down on this lineup. We do have Hunter with the help of the 6 of Ralph Vanderforce. On the outside, it was Waylon Williams with the help of the 97 of Garrett Robinson. And in the beginning, I talked about how Garrett was pretty much just riding in the back. We did see him back there, 20th place, 25th place. And now when it matters the most, he is up front here with 3 laps remaining once we go green. And he did have his first win last week at Dover for the season here, this season. So he is hungry to have a second win for the season here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway for the Rocket Chassis 142, round 6 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co. Well, we are going good for the final time. Well, Dave, do the honors.
Well, as the pace car now brings them out of turn number 4, getting ready to go. Green flag racing for the last time here tonight. Next flag ends the race. Hunter McDaniel, hard on the throttle, gets a good jump. Here comes the 66 of Ralph Vandervorst, but Waylon Williams is going to close that door, take second. But, man, Hunter is on a mission as he pulls out to a great lead.
And the 10 of Caleb Daniels, Dave did have a very, very bad restart. He did get into the back of Ralph Vanderforst there on that restart, which did push him back and push Ralph forward. And up front in front of him, he does have 6.5 Marty Ray. Marty Ray is trying to apply pressure to the 6.6 of Ralph Vanderforst here for the 4th place spot. And behind Marty Ray is being approached by the 10 of Caleb Daniels at a very, very fast rate. Once again, Marty Ray does have a lot less lot less laps on tires, on his tires compared to these drivers like. Actually, that was Marty Ray who has least laps on the tires. But the 10 of Caleb drifts way high. He has to back off to avoid smacking the wall. And because of that, he has lost a lot of time and lost his position.
Well, looks like Hunter McDaniel is going to come out of turn number 4. He is going to take the white flag. But right there, the 8 of Waylon Williams is closing up in on that gap. Same amount of laps on their tires. As this is the white flag here at Texas.
Behind them there for third place, we have a battle between 97 of Robinson and the 66 of Ralph Vanderforst. Vanderforst propels past the exit of turn number 2, entering 3. He will toss it in to go down low. Yes, he propels past Garrett Robinson here for 4th place. And that will bring it home with the 57 Hunter McDaniel. Second, Waylon Williams. Third, Ralph Vanderforst. Garrett Robinson bring it home in the 4th place spot. And Marty Ray in the 5th place position. Holy cow, what a race. Oh man, that was an amazing race by these drivers, amazing performance, and great win by Hunter McDaniel, who had a very, very good restart and was able to bring it home unchallenged. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be interviewing the top 3 drivers, Hunter McDaniel, Waylon Williams, and Ralph Vanderforst, so stay tuned. We are being joined by our top 3 drivers and also the 48 of Christopher Smith. We will start with tonight's race winner, the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. How are you tonight, buddy?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. It's always nice to get a win at your home track.
Oh, 10-4 indeed. And holy cow, Hunter, you did an amazing job here tonight after starting in the 10th place spot where you finished last week at Dover for the Lucas Oil 200. Well, but tell us about your race. It was battlefield for you.
Definitely. The car didn't feel too well handling in traffic, so when we were able to get up towards the front, I was really surprised to see that clean air really helped get us some more downforce and let us pull away a little bit, but we were not that far in front of that 8 car. That 8 car was strong all night, and I was definitely white knuckle those last couple laps.
Oh, absolutely. And Hunter, tonight, this does give you your first win of the whole entire season. So we do want to congratulate you on that. It was a job well done on your part. And tell us about your pit stops here tonight, because you did seem as though you were close on the pit stops with the 8 of Williams and 65 of Marty Ray.
Yep, pit stops definitely played a huge part into it. We had a couple pit stops where we gained a couple positions that let us move up from about 7th to about 4th, and so on and so forth. We actually got the lead the first time off a pit stop, which I think was the turning point in our race. After that, we were able to get that clean air and work together with my team, especially the 81 at Travis Pryor with Maverick Motorsports, and able to keep the car out front and in clean air. And the pit stops were great. The crew was great. They got me some good pit stops. It was a lot of close battles off pit road, but they were able to give me the edge that I think probably put me over to get this win.
Oh, 10-4, brother. Well, we are glad that you were able to succeed here tonight, and congratulations to both you and your pit strategy, all your teammates, and everybody who made it possible for you to bring this thing home tonight. Giving you a first win after having an eventful race on your part last week at Dover from 10th place to first place. That was a very, very quite a move on your part here in tonight's race. Oh, but before I let you go to final words.
Yeah, I just want to say once again thank you to Maverick Motorsports. They have been just can't even tell you how much they've helped me, and this win wouldn't have even been possible without the help of them, without Travis Pryor, Ken Ladd, and Brian Wasserman. Those guys have been just the ingredient that I needed to get me going, and go Tigers.
Congratulations once again, buddy, your first win of the season, your second top 5, and your 5th top 10. I look forward to seeing you again for the next race at Auto Club Speedway. Have a good night, buddy.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys.
And that was tonight's race winner, the 57 of Hunter McDaniel, having his first win of the season. But right behind him is the 8 of Waylon Williams, who was all over the leaders here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Good to go up there, Waylon.
How's it going, guys?
Good, how are you?
Doing pretty good.
Well, Waylon starting second place, finishing the second place spot, having a first place practice time. Holy cow, man, your performance tonight was amazing. You were all over these guys, just pretty much battling and making holes to try and take away positions, and it was succeeding here tonight after having a few setbacks here and there. But how was your race tonight?
Oh, it was pretty good. I think Hunter kind of hit on it. You know, being out front, having that clean air really helped the downforce. Took me 2 or 3, maybe 5 laps to get going. And once I got going, I had a good car on the long run. But he definitely got us in the pits, and having that extra downforce out front really helped.
Oh, 10-4. And Waylon, we did notice, I did notice you working on the outside and a couple of times trying to make some passes on the inside, and at one point we did see you make a pass successfully in one of the machines out there. How were you able to make it stick like that? Because it did seem as though the outside line was not really alive tonight.
Yeah, it was something I kind of worked on a little bit in practice because I knew nobody else would be there. If there was any way I could get any grip out there, it'd be a good way to try to make some passes. But the low line was really kind of the way to go tonight. I noticed Ralph was on the high line really making some speed down the straightaways, but really if you wanted to make some passes and get good times, you had to stick to the bottom. But I was able to make the top work a couple times.
Oh, 10-4. We are glad that you were able to find that grip and make the pass successful and have a successful night overall tonight here. 1, 2, 2 across the board. First place practice, second place qualifying, and second place end of tonight's race here. And this now gives you your second top 5 and your second top 10 here at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, buddy, next race will be racing at Auto Club Speedway. That track does not have any banking whatsoever, it seems. With that said, what kind of changes do you think you're gonna have to make to your car to be able to succeed?
Yeah, Auto Club's going to be a totally different beast with no banking. It's not near as much. The grip is kind of going away on that track too, so it's just going to be an adjustment for me, the driver, and trying to get a good feel for the car.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. We look forward to seeing you perform there, and hopefully you can have your first win of the season at Auto Club Speedway for the Alpha 250. Oh, but before I let you go, any final words?
Oh, well, I want to send a big thanks out to ExtremeMotorsports99.com. They put on a great league here, and I appreciate them, and I had fun, and thank y'all for putting us on live, and it was a good time.
Congratulations on success here, buddy, tonight, and look forward to seeing you again for the next race at Auto Club. Have a good night.
You too, thank you.
And that was the 8 of Waylon Williams, but right behind him is the driver known as Mr. Highside, Ralph Vanderforst. Get a cup there, Ralph?
Yeah.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Good, man. That was a lot of fun tonight.
Oh, man, it definitely did look like it from this point of view. And holy cow, Ralph, you are known as Mr. Highside up here in the Dre broadcasting booth by Dave and I. First of all, let me ask you, what's your secret about the high sideline at every single track?
I've been working with some other drivers in some other leagues, and I really don't want to share too much, but he's got me running some pretty crazy settings, and it just seems to stick out there.
Oh, 10-4. Very, very good to hear. And man, every single time we see you working out there, you not only are able to keep up the pace, because the outside lane is the longest way around the track, and the inside line always freight trains outside, but with you it's always different. You're always able to save tires for the long run, at the same time stay up to pace, which is very, very great to see. And tell us about your race here tonight, buddy, because you were just pretty much battling left and right, trying to freight train on the outside and doing the crossover moves every now and then on drivers.
Right, that was just a lot of fun. That's all I can say. I mean, any of you guys out there that are listening and enjoying watching this, save up your money and join the party. This is just a blast doing this, especially when you're in a league like the boys are running here at Extreme Motorsports.
Oh, most definitely, yep. This is a very, very great league full of great drivers, great talent. And Ralph, every single week, sometimes you have bad starts, but every time you're always able to work your way up to the top 10, top 5, which is very, very good to see. Such endurance and determination, despite the difficulties that you go through. Well, Ralph will be racing at Auto Club Speedway without any banking. How do you plan on working the high side there? Do you plan on working outside, or you haven't yet practiced?
That is a real momentum track, and if you mess up a little bit, you can lose a lot of time. So I think the big deal there is to hold your line, don't make any mistakes, and keep your momentum going, and it all should work out.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. We look forward to seeing you at Auto Club Speedway for round number 7. Before you go, buddy, any final words?
I hope we have more fun like this and more green flag racing. There was a lot of green flags tonight, man. Did you guys enjoy that?
Oh man, we did enjoy that. We enjoyed seeing the battles and the green flag pit stops, and seeing you work the outside line and making it look very easy and making passes as though you had a lot of grip.
It works, to kind of go through the field, but once you get into that top 5, then it's, you can't quite get around them on the straightaways.
Well, buddy, congratulations on your success here tonight, and look forward to seeing you again for the next race at Auto Club. Have a good night.
You too.
And that was Ralph Vanderforst here tonight, finishing in the 3rd place position. But now we're joined by the 48 of Christopher Smith, who was battling heavily and was driving a little bit of a damaged machine for more than half the race. He had a few scratches from the rubbing and racing with the rest of the drivers. Look up there, Chris.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Had a little tough night, but we made it through it. But it was good.
Oh, 10-4, man. And Chris, tonight, even though you were being beaten around, you were beaten and banged with a lot of drivers out there, you were still able to just pretty much save it and see the bigger picture and keep your foot down the floor. Well, tell us about your pit stops tonight.
Yeah, we done pretty good. I still got a lot of work to do as far as on and off pit road, but I felt like I improved, tonight as far as the other races, and we had a really good car for about 10 laps or so, and I could really dig and go in there hard and try to pass some guys, and then it fell off. We would go to pushing pretty bad, but we had like I said, a pretty good 10 to 15 laps, and then it kind of settled in right there. Just got a little bit of I got to get a little bit of luck going our way. We had a little tough luck right here at the end of these things, getting caught up and getting spun and stuff. But I mean, it's racing, man. It's fun. I enjoy it. I've had a blast.
Absolutely. It's very, very good to see you each and every single week, man, giving these guys a run for their money. And tonight you were all over them, up front, in the middle, in the back of the pack. You were everywhere, and everywhere you were just pretty much battling as though you were for the lead every single time. And last week, Chris, you did finish in the 8th place spot, and tonight qualifying in the 5th place position. What changes did you have to make to be successful?
Really the biggest thing for me was finding my line. I had run some pretty good times in practice, so I knew the car was capable of it. It was just a matter of me hitting the marks like they needed to be. I mean, you had to be pretty much spot on with my car. I had to be, right there in the line, and it would go. If I missed it a little bit, I kind of lost a lot of momentum. So it was pretty much me just, repetitive every lap trying to hit my marks.
Oh, 10-4, brother. Well, you had a battlefield race here tonight, and you were giving these guys a run for their money. I want to congratulate you on your success, and look forward to seeing you again at Auto Club. Speaking of Auto Club, have you had any experience at Auto Club?
No, not yet. I'm gonna start on it this week. Matter of fact, that's probably what we're gonna do tomorrow. So try to start on it and get a groove worked in there and see how the car feels and see if we can't get a feel for the track and maybe come out here and maybe finish top 10 next week.
Oh, we most definitely look forward to seeing you there, buddy. And yep, with practice and everything, and you are an amazing driver. And with that said, you do have what it takes to bring it home and hopefully have your first win next week or the week after that for the next race at Auto Club Speedway. Oh, before I let you go, buddy, any final words?
Yes, sir. I would like to thank Extreme Motorsports 99. These group of guys have been great. Still kind of new to the series, but man, they've took us in, and I mean they're doing great things here. We really enjoy it. Couldn't think of nowhere else I'd rather be racing.
Congratulations once again on your success, buddy. Look forward to seeing you again next race at Auto Club Speedway. Have a good night, buddy.
Yes, sir. Y'all too.
And that was the 48 of Christopher Smith. And that does round up our interviews with the top 3 drivers: Hunter McDaniel, Waylon Williams, Ralph Vanderforst at 1, 2, 3, and the 48 of Christopher Smith. And holy cow, David, was an amazing race. We did see a lot of battles. I think the drivers couldn't really battle much last week at Dover. They were able to release those beasts here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway for the Rocket Chassis 142. We did see some green flag pit stops, which are always a bonus here on top of the battles, and pretty much just the amazing racing and all the action that we had seen tonight. Any thoughts, Dave?
Well, these drivers gave it their all, that's for sure. It was a very interesting race. We saw a lot of drivers leading laps here tonight. Even though Hunter McDaniel did lead the most laps, but it was just an overall great race, great driving by everybody involved.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for joining us for the Rocket Chassis 142 for round 6 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro K&N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics, ibog.co. Check them out once again at ibog.co. The next race will be after next week, because next week we are off for the Extreme Motorsports Pro K&N Series. Well, Extreme Motorsports is off next week for the 4th of July celebrations. So after that, we'll have round 7 for the Alpha 250 at Auto Club Speedway. And the next broadcast is going to be tomorrow night with the Extreme Motorsports 99 Camping World Truck Series for the Longhorn 350. So look forward to seeing you guys there. We did see the drivers here run the K&N cars at this track, and we've seen drivers run the trucks at the exact same track. And I'm pretty sure with the trucks, we're going to be seeing a lot more battles than we saw here tonight with the Pro K&N cars. So that is something to look forward to. Well, thank you once again for joining us. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you get notified every single time we go live. We are live we are live 6 nights a week. So you guys have unlimited entertainment coming to you live from different tracks, different drivers, different machines. Everything's different except for the excitement. The excitement stays high and gets nothing but higher. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once again for joining us here tonight. We do see you guys in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Without you, we are nothing, and we cannot thank you guys enough. I am Sean Zulu, and Dave Everly behind the cameras. I want to thank Extreme Motorsports 99. And before we leave, let's actually give a shout out to Extreme Motorsports. If you guys would like to be a part of this action here, you can join ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Check them out, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Drop the first E and start with the X. And they do run a Road Series and K&N Series on Monday nights. Tuesday nights, they run Truck Series. Wednesday nights, Xfinity Series. And on Thursday nights, they run the Cup Series with the Gen 6s. And they also have an upcoming Dirt Series for those drivers who do love to see, or those viewers and drivers who do love to see some sideways action at dirt tracks. Once again, I am Sean Zulu, joined by Dave Everly, and have a good night. Thanks for watching.